Joyful Mondays. Welcome to Joyful Mondays every Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am Joy Ruffin, your leadership and style consultant, a signature style specialist, speaker, executive producer, TV host, and podcaster. Every Monday, we come to you with a featured guest speaker and a topic. We're changing things around a little bit. Well, change is in the air, isn't it? And we're going to talk a little bit about style before I bring on my featured guest speaker. And may I share with you that for me, and the prayer is it's for you as well, it's all about your presence, your image, and how you show up if it emanates from within. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about how does your style align with your body shape and your size? And why did I choose this topic? Because there's so many misconceptions about it. It goes on and on and on. Because style isn't about a specific size. And this industry that I love, I combine the three of them together. The fashion industry, the entertainment industry, we're going to talk a little bit about that. They're all combined. And the communications industry. They're a little wonky, a little wacky, and warp a lot of our minds because of the programming, conditioning, and the sexualizing. So if I say that the body shape is where we begin when we talk about signature style, that's what we're going to talk about. So, I love quotes. Quotes are like the inroads to the beginning seeds of what can be. So here's a good one for you. It is important to know yourself well in order to create your own style of fashion to suit your own body shape. Now, I mention that because one of the leading French designers, she happens to be no longer with us, but she was iconic in her way. And I'm going to give you her name because I love it when you do your own research and your own background looking into any and everything that I share with you. Sonia Raquel. She was a French designer and the queen of knitwear. And I took this quote from her because she said her designs help to liberate, and liberate is a word now for women from the old stuffy suits, because casual is in the mode now of dress, and it's not going anywhere. Yet there is a way to uplift and upgrade your style. And she, Sonia Raquel, was a pioneer in women's fashion. And I want to lead into this. And now, I'm not a sexist, so I always bring in the other side of the coin. Not always, I attempt to, most times. The human body is the most complex system ever created. And the more we learn about it, the more appreciation we have about what a rich body system it is. You will never guess who said that, because when I read it, I said, whoa, really? Bill Gates. I felt compelled to share that with you because, again, I don't divide. And yet there are three words that are very much in the forefront of most everything that we do here. And the lady who's coming on a little bit later, she's going to share with you a little bit of her magic, because we talk about magic, we talk about power, and we talk about the divine, which everyone has. And I felt compelled to add that one because I think it all ties together. And it's by maybe the first one, Sonia Raquel, maybe some of us, especially the younger generation, has not heard about, because the female body is something that's so beautiful. And my prayer, again, as Mumsy would say, I wish that more women were enamored about their bodies and learning how to adorn it in the best ways that showcase the magic and the power and the divineness of them. And so that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today in a different genre, but yet it's the same. Because once you embrace your body, love your body, whatever size, shape, height, weight, age it is, the better off we, especially women, because I'm talking about total equality here, the better off we're all going to be. It's amazing, this temple, this vessel, this body that we have, regardless of all the elements that I mentioned before. And if you are not aware of this before I end here and go on to something a little bit different, Humor, love, laughter, and light is what we hope to bring always to you. Humor, it adds a little bit of everything to whatever you're talking about. So let me end with a bit of reality and a sage suggestion for you. If you can't see anything beautiful in yourself, whoo, where's the humor? Get a better mirror. I hope you're smiling and not smirking because there's humor there, but there's also some truth serum there. Remember always that we are here on Earth School, to learn and to master this journey that we're all on: emotional healing, emotional intelligence, and emotional security. And until we began the journey of embracing and embodying all of the beauty within and the power within our bodies, I don't know if we're going to achieve true equality. Isn't that the best? I think it is. And before I go any further, most of you know that we've taken this month of October off for Leading Ladies, Leading Legacies. We'll be back with you in November. Because of this big transitional period that I'm in, we're putting a lot of stuff on the back burner while we bring to you newness. And what I'll be doing going forward, just to highlight for you, short 10, 12-minute videos talking all about style, power, magic, leadership, equality, all of those things. And that'll be coming and drifting out to you in different ways and soon, before the end of this month. Now, I always end my beginning with you this way. If you are not a member of Leading Ladies, Leading Legacies, well, we don't see why not, because you belong there. You belong with us because your vision, your mission, and your purpose, it matters. And the universe, she, it, he, whatever you choose to, whatever your higher source might be, is waiting for you. So bring your vision, your mission, and your purpose to the fore and share it in our group, Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. And in conjunction with that, just as I started with your body shape and size, doesn't that always go back to know thyself? What is emanating from within? So we're here to unlock the magic, the power, and the divine gift that is within each and every one of us. And here is a gift to you that will begin the seeds of that journey for you. And the further advanced you are, the more probably you're going to enjoy and appreciate this. Now, I'm going to ask my engineer to put up the graphic for my featured guest speaker. And while she's putting it up, I want you to do this. Simply take a snapshot or a screenshot, because we're going to be talking a lot about this. And then at the end, we'll bring it up again so you can take a look at it. But now, before I bring up my featured guest speaker today, I want to highlight for you a little bit about her background. I'm excited and mesmerized by the work that she does because it's about creativity. And her name is Joanna Tress, and she stands, I love her introduction to me, for people of all backgrounds to be fully expressed and supported in beautifying the world with their creative gifts and artistic gifts. Creativity and creative gifts. How could you not applaud and celebrate and appreciate that? She helps businesses with employee engagement and individuals with getting projects done. She has decades of experience in the performing arts and has created an original musical theater piece that's being showcased in Orlando and Jacksonville, Florida. There's so much more this beautiful soul has to share with us. So you know the drill. I'm getting used to that expression. But just sit back and relax and grab whatever makes you comfortable. And help me welcome our featured guest speaker today, Joanna Tress. Joanna, hello and hello and hello.
Hello, Joy. It is a joy to be with you, and I love your show and your message. Thank you for having me.
Well, the pleasure and the joy is mine because of you, because your work does excite and ignite something in me, because you're all about creativity. And the way that you are supporting others to develop and have theirs emerge, and I just celebrate that. So tell us, why do, let's begin with the seeds though. Why and how did you begin this journey for you and then share it with others? Tell us a little bit about you.
Absolutely. It was a pivotal year for me was 2005.
Ah,
So look at that, 19 years ago. That's the year that I had my biggest gig as a pop singer. It was a big anniversary tour for the 70s supergroup Air Supply, and they were coming through the town that I was living in, Gadsden, Alabama, where I was living temporarily. I'm originally from the North. I'm from got New York City TV and saw all of the fine arts and musicals there on TV. But my first husband is from Alabama, so that's where I was to be a warm up act for Air Supply.
Joanna, I don't know what it is, my love. Joanna,
So,
Joanna, your tech, I don't know what it is with your tech, but your tech is not good and your sound
yeah.
is not coming through. It's not clear. I don't know what it is,
Oh,
but I heard your message and what you shared in response to my
oh
question to you,
no.
but the tech is not in sync and you're going in and out. And I just want you to know that, to be aware. I don't know what it is. We don't have it on our end, but I heard you say you were a pop singer, and of all the things that I know, I didn't know that. And that first gig that you got was with one of the top groups. That's exciting. That's fascinating. And then was that the beginning seed of your knowing that you wanted to get more involved with the creative community, the arts and so on?
Yeah, absolutely. Because at that time, I was 33 years old. And that was a gig that I enjoyed. It was just a one show, one time experience. And I happened to have an original song that we performed that was that same year that was performed with the local symphony orchestra as well.
Wow.
So, but the thing is, at 33 years of age, in that environment in a small town, people were looking forward to me teaching their children. So I was at a private performing arts after school program. But the truth is, I wasn't ready to teach yet because I hadn't done everything that I wanted to do with music. And I had a beautiful conversation, just after dark in the warmth of the evening while we're relaxing with beers after our show. And we were listening to another hit group take the stage called Vertical Horizon, talking to our guitarist who is in his 50s. And he said, Joanna, I'm not ready to retire. I don't want to get old. This is just beginning. So he was me, in the future, 20 years into the future. And I said, no, I want to create the music. It's great to teach the next generation. And for some people, that's their calling. I realized that that wasn't mine because there was so much ahead of me in my own pursuit of that.
Ooh, ooh.
So that's really when I started thinking about getting some support and encouragement as an artist that went beyond your local karaoke or community theater or a pickup band. I wanted something more, bigger, greater for myself. And I would make sure that I helped other people who were also on that journey of approaching the creative, performing arts, visual arts, literary arts when they're fully grown up and more. So
I
that's really when it started.
I love that explanation, and it's a great one. You can record that because to the letter, it's very self-expressive. But I'm going to get to one of the first questions that you gave me that I really want to ask, ties into what you just ended with. But here's what you said, and here I hear this from so many people, and especially women. You said 33 years of age, and you were just having your awakening. That's my new word. And no one wants to age or get old. Yet, it's a fact of life. So our assignment, and this is what you're doing, my friend, even though I can't say you might not be aware of it, but you want to remain youthful and involved and a part of the participating society that's meaningful. So you are helping people who need your service to blossom themselves. Would I be correct in that? And
Yes.
how do you help people to do that?
Absolutely. Whenever I have my pop-up events on Zoom, my
Yes.
five-dimensional creative experience, this is where I'm
Mm,
creating I call it a judgment-free zone where we can be safe and relax in having a conversation about our personal creativity, our ideas that
yes.
we would like to develop to express ourselves. And when I call it a play shop versus a workshop
I like
because
that.
we're keeping it fun, we're sharing ideas, and we're experimenting with storytelling and how we would like to share a particular story with the world. That is one way that I do it. I speak at various events, whether it's a Global Vision Conference, whether it's the local chapter of BNI. I am spreading a message. And when I have my shows in January and February, I'm inviting people personally. When I'm recommending books, that are changing my life as an artist, I am sharing that with people so that
Sharing.
I have names of individuals who've been touched by my effort and have been encouraged by me, and know that this is a movement. This is a
Yes, it is.
community and a movement. We're celebrating creative expressions for grown-ups, even for those who are starting with the whole journey later on in life. I'm here for you. That's my
I
message.
I love that, especially for grown-ups. What is one or several of the biggest factors that you have for those who come to you, no matter what generation they're in, who are wanting to explore their own creativity? It's different for each and every one, but what are some of the main things that you find that people are frightened away from that they need to embrace to have their creativity emerge?
Well, number one, and I think it's really in line with a lot of the things that you teach, Joy, it's knowing ourselves.
Oh, yeah, indeed.
So acknowledging and embracing the reality that each one of us is a creative artist. The reason
Exactly.
why we know that is because when we were little children, we freely expressed ourselves and used our imagination actively. And that's not necessarily a child's thing. That's
No.
that's who we are as the essence of a human being. It's
Yeah.
just external factors. It's the economy that we live in, the society that we live in, the pressures,
Mhm.
external forces that cause us to put a priority on earning a living, taking care of others, but not nurturing who we were born to be. And so,
Exactly.
first of all, acknowledging, yes, I am a creative. Yes, I do have ideas. And even if we feel that they're not necessarily original, they're still authentic to us. Because as individuals, we have a unique experience and perspective. There's always a little twist. And so I use the illustration of chicken and rice. Chicken and rice is a common dish all over the world, right? But when
Uh-huh.
you think about it, there are probably 5,000 different ways to prepare it because there are different seasonings,
Mhm.
vegetables, cooking styles, etc. that make it you can make it different 5,000 different ways. And that's how it is with us sharing our story. But there are 8.5 billion of us. There are 8.5 billion ways of sharing that story. So that's, I
I
think, embracing that is just the foundation of everything else.
it is the foundation of everything else, and yet you give us so many jewels there, so many pearls to consider. But that know thyself is the beginning seed of everything. But it doesn't matter the generation. So many people, for all the different varying reasons, don't get to that. And you're so right. But as a young lady, I remember hearing, and I say this all the time, I'm so repetitive, that I remember Brown saying, every person has greatness in them. That's what you're alluding to. That's what you're showcasing. That's what you're wanting to show people and to teach them to have that magic and that divine something within them emerge. So the question again is, what have you found thus far is one of the main ingredients or several that people want to express and find it hard to express? Is it singing? Is it dancing? Is it because the age factor you're dealing with? I think you said people who are a little bit more mature. So what is
Yes.
that one thing that you're finding? That is it fear? Is it because they really don't know and they think they're not going to be good enough? Or what is that thing?
Very good. Thank you for clarifying that for me so I can give you a satisfying answer.
Yes.
Um, Fear is number one because public speaking is the number one fear that people have. I thought that just being in a little Zoom room with little old me and maybe just
Yeah.
about 10 or 12 people, and I'm looking at them, I'm relating to them. I didn't know that a person sharing a thought in that context would trigger their fear of public speaking. I didn't
Speaking
know
up.
people would be put on a spot to just ask a question or ask them to follow a little process to
Yes, yes,
get
yes.
in touch with a passion that's inside of them or something beautiful that they saw that they would like to expound upon in some way. So that fear of public speaking and fear of sharing, which is because of judgments from the past. So
Yes, yes, yes,
there
yes,
was
yes.
someone who was criticized, for artwork when he was 7 years old and he's in his 50s. And
Mhm.
finally, because of the personal development work he's been doing for 30 years as a coach himself, could allow himself to just open up and then get into artwork. He grabbed a recorder and we have a sing along, dance along, play along every time. He was going around the room, because he had that moment. He finally felt that safety. But that's where I realized it takes a lot of more work than I thought it would with mindset
Mhm.
and who we are inside to even feel comfortable being in a virtual room with a few people to just
Isn't it?
tell me an idea. Did you see a beautiful flower? Did you have a nice vacation a few years ago? Could you just share an idea? We're here.
Well,
It's safe. That's people have to overcome that. Wow. So
well,
I've scaled back
Joanna.
a little bit so I can help people with that aspect before we
Yeah.
can even get to the sharing of creative ideas.
Well, that's why in the opening I said to you the three industries that I love with all of my heart and soul. We, you, me, and all of us who care and are working in different arenas, but the same end results. That art of communication has been warped and thwarted in so many ways by so many different people, especially in one's youth. But fashion, entertainment, and communication industry, they're all intertwined together. So what you're doing to be able to not to say something that's negative will instill that thought in a child's head that he or she doesn't have talent, because everyone has a gift and talent. It might be not what you like, but it's something there to be developed. And that's why I love what you're doing, because you're supporting people to do that. But let me get to this book because time flies here. You've given us so much juice here. I wish the technology was even better, but your book that you recommend, and I am with you because I read this book and it's phenomenal. Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. Share with us a little bit about that so people can go and get that. And then I'm going to ask my engineer to bring up your graphic again so you can tell us a little bit more about this event that you have coming up. So tell us about Big Magic.
Absolutely. Big Magic changed my life. I started reading a month ago, and the audio version I've listened to about 7 times. This is what I was looking for. This is the reason why when I write a book, it's not going to be about our relationship with creativity and who we are as artists, because Elizabeth Gilbert just nailed it so well. She went 10 times deeper and she wrote 10 times better because she's a craftswoman. She crafts it, but basically it helps us to overcome whatever obstacles we have in our minds about why we can't simply be the artist that we were born to be. She addresses every objection, every fear, every rationalization we have to not be fully expressed. So every rationalization that we create in order to let that music die with us so that we don't share and make our contribution. I love it. Thinking about it makes me well up with tears because I was so touched. It's like I relate. I get it. This is what I've always needed. So I was inspired really that I would like to have a nationwide book read. Let's make it worldwide, a global book club where every person who's even thought about creating something can read this together, have great discussions, and then even be able to have a retreat. I know the
Yeah.
perfect place. We would all love
Yeah.
to have, a week cut
Uh-huh.
secluded from the rest of the world to be fully immersed in being an artist. So I highly recommend that. And from now on, features of that book will be included in our conversations.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's great. And there's so many varying reasons why that creativity gem, that jewel that is within each and every one is stopped at a certain point in one's life. And there's so many different reasons why. But after a while, when you're a perennial ongoing student and you're open to learning, you give up that having to be right and having to be perfect and everything has to be, quote, status quo all the time. And once you give that up, your creativity begins to emerge, whatever that area of expertise is for you. Now, tell us a little bit. I'm going to ask my engineer to put up your graphic. I think you have an event that's coming up or something or has it been?
That
Thursday. Yeah. Tell us about this.
Yep. So a couple of Thursdays from now on the 24th, we are going to, we always have a little theme or a topic. And so
My darling,
this time
I have,
around,
I have to,
like a song or a movie or anything you observe that makes you feel alive, let's reverse engineer it. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Can you hear me okay?
No, darling, you
Can
have
you hear
such,
me?
I can hear you, but it goes in and out and it's not in sync. And so, my suggestion, you're invited to really get a tech expert because you are giving us such jewels, gems, gold, platinum, and beyond. But it's hard to receive it because you're going in and out and it's not in sync. So, that's your assignment from one who loves you. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask my engineer to put up your graphic again, and I want you to repeat it because it was going in and out on my end. And it's so important, and I want people to be aware of this. The 24th of October. Here we go. Tell us again.
Yes, it's about what makes you feel alive. We're going to take that feeling and we're going to reverse engineer it so that we realize that we too can create things that make other people feel alive. And that high energy, that high vibration, that's what sparks those great ideas. And by doing it together, we're saying, hey, yes, I can do it. We can do it. Where's an open mic? Where's there an exhibition? Where's a place where I can publish this poem? Then we start looking for ways to start and to build these things up. So
I
yes, I look
love that.
forward to that. And I don't know what's going on with the tech. We do have a
I
hurricane coming.
Oh
I
my
don't,
God, don't mention hurricanes here. But no, your message is so powerful. And what you said and what makes you feel alive, I think each and every individual, regardless to what someone else has to say or think about it, find the people who are aligned with your way of thinking and doing and connect with them. And if you can't find, just keep plugging on to what gives you that feeling of being special. Special, not better than anybody else, but just special because you know that's your gift. So I just love your work, Joanna. And what can I say? Technology is technology. Everybody who knows me, they know I'm not a techie, but yet I love it and I just keep going. And you did the same. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Any parting words? We have a quick second.
Just really send me a text on my phone. I love to have conversations and we can connect on social media. You were born to create.
I
Those are my
love
parting
that.
words.
I love that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my goodness, you were born to create. Thank you, Joanna. I have to tell you, my guests here and all of you who are watching now and for the replay, this is a show that you don't want to miss a broadcast. Unfortunately, the tech wasn't good, but the message was powerful. And whatever you do, you make sure that this is the best week ever. And we'll look forward to seeing you next Monday. Same time, same place. Until then, much, much love from my end to your end. Be and stay well. So